Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Welcome to my Christmas tree. Don't you think it looks lovely? I did such a good job decorating it. No, that's the Manganello family. It's the Club at Shadow Lakes. If you need atmosphere for anything, this is the place. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard me earlier blogging on Facebook and YouTube. You can find me at Your Pratte Pack. There's an E on the end of that Pratte, by the way. This guy, I think, greatest chef ever in the history of Beaver County. For many years with our good friend Alex Sebastian at the Wooden Angel. But he has been here lighting up with Jimmy Mags for years, doing incredible work. And he's also going to be joining me right in the middle of his very busy time of year on the My PinTech show this coming Friday at 2:30. He's Art Manji. We're going to be talking about how you can make your holiday party feel as though this guy actually catered it. Well, that's going to be pretty hard, but we'll do our best, okay? Because he is one of the best. So what's going on at the Club at Shadow Lakes? We're going to talk also the Feast of the Seven Fishes, because that's coming up Saturday at 9 at Coons Market on McKnight Road. And he lived it, folks. So we're going to talk about those days growing up in Monaca and going to West Virginia with the family. But what's going on now at the Club at Shadow Lakes?
Well, it's Christmas season. Everybody's pleasant. Everybody wants to party.
Get out of my way! I know.
You know, wait till I won't tell you what the guy from UPS said.
What? What did he say?
No, you don't want to know.
Okay.
But I agree with him. It happens the day after Christmas. It was pretty good the way he said it. After we shut off the camera, we'll talk about it.
Okay. But you know, here's the thing. I worked at Ciro's Top of the Mall. You remember, right?
I do. It was a young age drinking spot for me.
No, it was. But I was a waiter who worked my way up to become a maitre d'. The late, great Joe Ciro gave me so many opportunities. And I remember how nuts it would get this time of year. And to everybody who's in the food business and the servers that are out there, listen, they've had a long day. Treat them nice. Tip them large, because they're doing everything to make your stay such a pleasurable one, especially during the holidays. But it can get a little crazy this time of year.
It really can. And I mean, you know, you don't have, now for luncheons, you know, you normally have the people 2 4s, you know, maybe a 5. Now those 2s and 4s turn into 15s, 25s, you know, everybody wants to get together. Don't be afraid to tip the chef. It's not only the waitress that's doing the job.
Let me tell you how nice they are to me here. And when we started doing these blogs years ago, I was always here. But I have been on a journey, folks. I mean, I have been everywhere. West Virginia, Ohio, Pennsylvania. But they always are so good to me, like familiar when I come here. First thing he says, get yourself something to eat. I go back in the kitchen, Tank Sullivan, the whole gang there, and I'm eating a little lobster bisque soup, just talking to the staff, and they're all excited because it is a busy time of year. But believe me, it's the juice, it's the action. And as much as it was crazy, I always left with a little jingle in my hand and pocket. But I loved being in the business of waiting on people in the food industry, fine wine and good spirits, this time of year. It can be a happy time.
It really can. I mean, the servers are out there knowing that they can make a little extra more cash. The owners are always happy.
Yeah.
Jimmy's happy. Alex used to have to be happy too. You know, he used to have a saying.
What was it?
The saying was, take care of the hens and the roosters will follow.
I could just hear him saying that. But Jimmy Mags and his family, and Janet, his wife, and other daughters, and everyone, his grandkids, I think he's kind of like Trump. I think he thrives on this stuff. The guy never looks tired, like Donald Trump. He just goes and goes. How does he do it?
I'll tell you what, there's been a few days as I've been coming through this hallway, and he's kind of walking worse than I'm walking.
Listen, and I've been working a lot lately, and when I feel as though I can't go any further, so help me, I always think there's Jimmy Mags and Art up there at the Club at Shadow Lakes continuing to push forward to give you the best service and food anywhere. And that's what makes me keep going, because I love what they do. Now, before we talk Feast of Seven Fishes, I want to talk New Year's Eve. The Chris Denham Show will be here at the Club at Shadow Lakes. And yes, the TMG. It's a big band sound you don't want to miss. There you have it, folks. Now, tell me about food that night, Art Manji.
Food. What we're going to be doing, the dining room's open, so we're going to do a limited menu. Matter of fact, before you walked in, I was playing secretary, one finger at a time, typing up the menu, and then we're going to do a buffet for the ballroom. So we'll have some steak, we'll have some salmon on it, some chicken, some good stuff, a little chef special dessert.
Any sauerkraut?
No, I ain't going to do sauerkraut. You do that tomorrow on the next day.
Listen, are you guys open New Year's Day?
No.
Okay, that's
Please, why do you say that? You know you're gonna do it.
That's rare. Because I hear people, I'm never going anywhere but Thanksgiving to the Club of Shadow Lakes. I'm never going anywhere but for Easter, the Club of Shadow Lakes. They love what you do. Why would anybody want to do all that work at home?
I don't know. I really don't. Last holiday we just had 1,000 people.
Really? That's a lot of turkey.
The dogs were hurting.
Listen, our good friend Mike Halama, who we love, I just want to say happy holidays, Merry Christmas. Let me tell you how tough it's been. I actually went to Walgreens the other day to get some last minute Christmas cards. So tired, I actually bought cards that were gift holding cards, okay? As opposed to traditional Christmas cards. So for anybody who got one of them without a gift in it, I just scratched it out and went, Merry Christmas. It's been a long couple of weeks for your Pratte pack, but my heart was in the right place. Mike's been going through a little bit. He's good now, but Mary, his brother Dave, the Halama family, their father Nick passed away, 14th Street in Monaco. I had a kid on last night who left in the military and ended up in California, and he's now the drummer with the group that is the 4019s, Nick Ziegler. And we were talking about growing up in the Valley and growing up in Monaco, and I brought up the Halama family, and I just wanted to kind of give them a little bit of love. And if you need, well, if your circuits have been shorted and you need some good electricians, they can do that too, but what a wonderful family.
Great family. Mike needs a little hug and kiss right now.
I know he does. I know he does. Anyway, growing up in Monaco, what was it like for you growing up there?
I was a black sheep. I was the one who always, you know, it was nice. My uncle was superintendent of Monaco School District.
Nice.
I mean, so, you know, everybody kind of thought I was in a mafia, like I was in a young mafia. So that's all I'm going to say, you know.
Really?
Did well.
Yeah, now one of the things that you did grow up with was the Feast of the Seven Fishes, and that's why I'm back here after a long day to talk about your tradition, your memories. If you missed it last year, listen closely. This is, believe me, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Frosty the Snowman, they ain't got nothing on this one. Go ahead.
Such a beautiful time. I only wish my kids could live the same memories that I had. I mean, we would get in the car, we would drive down, Mom and Dad would drive down to my mom's parents' house, Nana and the Knolls, in Morgantown, West Virginia.
Yeah.
And, you know, back then, I mean, Grandpap Nanal was a coal miner, so, you know, he had the coal room and everything else. They had a kitchen downstairs, so, you know, Christmas Eve, they were cooking the fish downstairs to bring it upstairs. And, you know, Dad being from Teledyne Vasco, you know, he had, how would we say, some interesting equipment to fry fish in. And,
if he had gotten pulled over, folks, that had taken him in for questioning. Let's leave it at that.
As my dad used to say, he was borrowing.
Right.
So anyway, you know, we had fried smelts, fried whiting, baked eel and tomato sauce, bacala, you know, pasta, fried Swiss chard, bacala cakes. I mean, that were just
Melt in your mouth.
melt in your mouth. Bacala tossed with garlic and crushed red pepper. You know, we'd always have a salad. They would do. Nana would do stuffed squid. I mean, just wonderful times.
The thing that we talk about on the Feast of the Seven Fishes, which will be on the air again at KDK this coming Saturday at Coons Market on McKnight Road, Joe did TC and I, and whether it's Guy DeSalvo or it's you or anybody of Italian heritage growing up, Ernie Ritchie, there's certain things that they remember in traditions. And I was fortunate a couple of years ago to try octopus because of Frank Dentisi making it. The only fish that I've never done, the whiting, I've done all of that. I have never done eel. And I've said to myself, I have to try that before I go to the big broadcast booth in the sky. Give me some ideas on what you can actually do with eel. I like the sauce idea.
I mean, I don't do a lot of it, only reason because I remember my father and my grandfather peeling it with a towel holding the eel and the other one with pliers, peeling the skin off, and you'd hear that skin rip.
It's crackling.
I mean, I've done it with just herbs, I've done it with potatoes, and I've done it with tomato sauce. It's not what most popular dish for the youngs in the
No, but you know, they don't know what they're missing, as my dad used to say. Eat it, it'll put hair on your chest. Now,
That's true.
You know, there's been things, 7 fish, 7 sacraments, that's how many, 700 times the number 7's been used in the Bible. What do you know on why they actually created this tradition? What's the reason?
all I remember is my mother used to tell us that, you know, you would have the food and it was time for the baby Jesus to come to your house and eat.
So you better be ready.
So you better be
Yeah,
ready.
he's got a heck of an appetite. Listen, your family, your daughter now, your wife, you work a lot of hard hours. And listen, one thing about people that work in the service industry, it's not 9 to 5. You still enjoy it as much as you did, say, 10, 15, 20 years ago?
I'm getting older.
It's hard.
It's harder. I mean, you know, the legs hurt, the feet hurt. After 12-hour day, I'm kind of whooped.
Yeah, but you're such a gift at what you do. Does that just come natural to you, cooking, or is it something you really had to work at?
You have to remember, whenever we would go down, even in the summertime, to Nana's house, you know, all the other kids in the family, being my aunt and uncle's kids, would be outside in the yard playing. I would be sitting there with my grandmother, watching her and talking to her and learning. And then she would take me down to Sia's house, which was your aunt, her sister's house.
Right.
And she would be teaching me too. And I mean, it's...
Sooner or later, you
was, you know, I need exercise. That's why I've got the boyish figure.
Last thing, you know how much I love pasta and spaghetti, and I know this coming in the door here tonight. Spaghetti, all you can eat Wednesdays now?
Yeah, Jimmy decided to do it, and it's working out. It brings in kind of an older clientele. It's $9.95, all spaghetti can eat, and you know, you get an older clientele and some families that come in and partake, and you see people that you might not normally see coming in spending $30 on a steak.
$10, I could get one of them big hefty bags. Drag that thing right out the door. Listen, I love you. Bon Natal, have a great holiday. And Friday at 2:30 on the radio. If you're home putting the tinsel on the tree, doing a little cooking, out shopping, you can tune in on the radio or wherever you may be, because he is truly a guy that lights up the airwaves. He's my friend Art Manji here at the club at Shadow Lakes. And on behalf of Jimmy Manganello and the entire family, a very Merry Christmas and a blessed New Year. Good night.